The forgotten exercise bike in your basement is making you tired. So is the box of college textbooks in your closet. And that expensive kitchen gadget you've used only once. I'm going to show you how every single object you own is broadcasting a silent command to your nervous system, draining the very energy you need for what actually matters. The cost of this invisible static is the future you keep trying to build, but never seem to have the focus to achieve. Every object in your field of vision is a tiny broadcast tower. Each one sends a constant low-frequency signal. A pile of mail on the counter broadcasts decide. A stack of unread books broadcasts guilt. A chair covered in clothes broadcasts failure. You might think you're tuning it out. Your subconscious is listening to every single transmission. This is the physics of attention. Neuroscientists call the effect attentional residue. When you shift your focus from one thing to another, a part of your cognitive capacity stays stuck on the previous task. Even a glance is a shift. Your eyes scan the room, and your brain logs every open loop. That dead plant, the scuff mark on the wall, the light bulb that needs changing. Each one is a tiny cognitive transaction, a micro decision that you either make or postpone. Postponing it doesn't make it go away. It just leaves the tab open in your mental browser. Imagine your brain is a computer. You know that feeling when you have 50 tabs open and everything starts to run slow. That's your life in a cluttered space. The objects themselves are the open tabs. Each one consumes a tiny sliver of processing power, a little bit of RAM. One or two, you'd never notice. But hundreds, thousands, the cumulative effect is a constant draining hum of cognitive load. A friction on your ability to think. You feel scattered, overwhelmed and tired for no obvious reason. The reason is the room you're sitting in. This constant low-level drain is taxing enough. The problem gets exponentially worse when the objects are tied to your identity. Your home is a museum dedicated to every person you've ever been. It's also a shrine to the people you thought you were supposed to become. That guitar in the corner from the year you were going to be a musician, the running shoes for the marathon you never trained for, the business books you bought during a fleeting motivational high. These things are more than just clutter. They are energetic anchors. They tether you to past timelines. Every time you see that guitar, it doesn't just broadcast "dust me." It broadcasts the frequency of that younger self, the ghost of that ambition, the faint sting of that failure. It holds a piece of your energy hostage in the past. This is why getting rid of these things feels so painful. You aren't just decluttering a physical object. You are performing a kind of psychic surgery. You are letting go of a potential version of yourself. You're closing the door on a story you once told yourself about who you were going to be. Have you ever found an old journal? The handwriting is yours, but the person who wrote it feels like a stranger. You feel that jolt of connection, that echo of their hopes and fears. Now, imagine having artifacts from that person scattered all around you, all day, every day. These objects constantly pull you back into old emotional states, old identities, old limitations. You can't fully step into who you are now because you're surrounded by the set pieces from a play that ended years ago. And this constant broadcasting from the past is actively programming your future. Think of your environment as a script. Every morning you wake up and your brain reads the script laid out before it. It follows the stage directions. A bedroom filled with empty shopping bags and clothes piled on the floor scripts a character who is impulsive and chaotic. An office with stacks of unfinished projects and overdue bills scripts a character who is overwhelmed and perpetually behind. You think you are making thousands of conscious choices throughout the day. The reality is, you're an actor walking onto a set that dictates most of your performance. Your brain is an efficiency engine. It automates wherever it can. It sees the running shoes by the door and thinks, I guess we are a runner. It sees the overflowing laundry basket and thinks, I guess we are someone who can't keep up. Each object is a vote for a certain kind of identity. Every time you keep an object that represents a habit or a person you want to leave behind, you are casting a vote to remain that person. A minimalist space gives your brain a blank page. It removes the old pre-written script. It allows you to write a new one. A cluttered space, filled with anchors to the past, forces you to perform yesterday's role again and again. Some argue that creative people thrive in chaos. There is a critical distinction between a working laboratory and an abandoned storage unit. A lab is full of active tools, things being used for a current project. A storage unit is full of decisions you refuse to make. One space is humming with present moment potential. The other is screaming with the static of the past. Your space is either a workshop for your future or a museum for your past. So if the solution is just to get rid of things, why is it so impossibly hard? Why do we start, get overwhelmed, and give up? The reason is that we approach the entire process completely backwards. We fail because we try to declutter with logic. We use arbitrary rules we've heard from other people. We ask, have I used this in the last 6 months? We ask, could this be useful one day? We ask, did this cost a lot of money? These questions are traps. They engage the analytical mind, which is an expert at creating justifications. Your mind will always find a reason to keep the thing because keeping it is easier than processing the emotion attached to it. The real question is far simpler. It is a question you ask your body, not your brain. Pick up an object. Any object. Hold it in your hands. Now close your eyes and ask one thing. How does this make me feel? Get out of your head and into your physical sensations. Does it make your shoulders tighten? Does it create a feeling of heaviness in your chest? Does it make you feel small, guilty, or sad? Or does it make you feel light, expansive? Does it make you feel capable, creative, or joyful? Your body knows. It knows which objects are life-giving and which are life-draining. The sensation is immediate. It's a physical response. This is energetic clarity. It is the practice of curating your environment based on the feeling tone it produces inside of you. Your logical mind will argue for the useful thing that makes you feel terrible. Your body knows the truth. An object that consistently triggers a low-grade stress response is a toxin. It is poisoning your energetic field, regardless of its utility. This becomes especially difficult with gifts, the vase your aunt gave you that you hate, the painting from a friend that clashes with everything. We keep these things out of a sense of obligation, but the broadcast they send is one of resentment and guilt. Keeping an object that makes you feel bad out of a fear of hurting someone's feelings is a strange form of self-betrayal. You are prioritizing a hypothetical, imagined feeling in someone else over your own real daily experience in your own home. The person who truly loves you wants you to feel good. They would want you to have a space that supports you. An object is a symbol of a connection. If the symbol creates a negative feeling, it has failed its one true purpose. You can honor the connection, honor the person, and still release the physical item. You can keep the love and let go of the object. This is a mental diet. You already understand this with food. You avoid foods that make you feel sluggish, bloated, or sick. You can apply the exact same intelligence to your environment. You are consuming the energy of your surroundings all day long. Minimalism is the practice of consuming clean energy. It's about removing anything from your diet that causes an inflammatory response in your spirit. You aren't just cleaning your house. You are tuning your environment. You are deliberately creating a space that broadcasts a single clear signal, the signal of the person you intend to become. The empty space you create is full of potential. It's the quiet you need to finally hear yourself think. It's the blank canvas required to create something new. You remove the anchors to the past, you tear up the old script, and you turn down the static. And in that silence you can finally hear your own signal, clear and strong, for the very first time. And this same principle of separating signal from noise explains why most of your resolutions fail before they even begin, which is a different kind of quiet revelation.